Hi Capricorns, Power and Light Tarot coming at you with the reading. Today we have another great reading for you guys. Let's see what we have. And we have a tarot reading for you. And these are general readings, so take what kind of fits and leave out what doesn't, right? If you want to get your own reading, you can always get one of those. Let's see what we got, you guys, for Capricorn. Today we have the Law of Attraction deck. And we have the King of Cups, the King of Pentacles, I believe. Yeah, we're going to have a look at that. Yeah, that is the King of Pentacles, I believe. Let's see what we have here. And yeah, see what we got for Capricorn. And that is not, yeah, that is the Pentacles. Yeah, it looks like that. You could be saying, what? Yeah, so we have now the Knight of Swords. Here he is with his sword, right? And we have this card of the Five of Swords. All right, so this is like a stock market thing. Something goes way down here. There could be loss here because it's a 5. So we'll look at that. And we start with this King of Pentacles. Let's see what they have to say about the King of Pentacles for Capricorn. Yeah, and they're showing the brain here going back and forth like the gears of the brain. Let's see what they have to say here. And the King of Pentacles is the banker, a mature man, both wealthy and influential, will be willing to bestow his favors upon you. This could be you. And will help you from an economic point of view cultivate his friendship. Oh, that's kind of interesting there, isn't it? Yeah, I feel like it is. This may be you, Capricorn. Knight of Swords. Let's see. Knight of Swords. He's being really aggressive, this man. And, yeah. Holding up his sword there. And the Knight is about the fighter, courage, a challenge to destiny, the utmost vitality. A man may be your friend or a champion in making your dream come true. All right. So, Capricorn, I feel like there could be somebody, this could be you, but there could be somebody here who wants to, who has a lot of money. Maybe they want to help you financially, right? Or economic, in that way. Or maybe just want to add to your, your great stability, or just be generous. It's possible, right? And so here we have somebody who is fighting to really kind of shapeshift and bring fate and destiny to the forefront, right? And the Five of Swords, it's a difficult card. Yeah. And this is about loss. Yeah, accident, loss, humiliation. That's what I said, because we have the stock market going down there. Yeah, be ready to fight against adverse circumstances in order to make your dream come true. So somebody wants their dream to come true here because they feel like this is fate and destiny. Yeah. And we have the Badger spirit, be fearless and bold in order to create harmony or stability, because this is a number 4. And we just talked about being courageous with this Knight of Swords there. There's the Badger. He's always real cute, isn't he? Kind of, yeah. Otter spirit, you're never alone. Here's a little cute otter. And this is recognizing. And I feel like this has to do with spirit. I mean, it is otter spirit, right? This means that the divine is always with us, but we have to respect it and we have to believe in it, right? So if you're not grateful about things, or you really don't believe in the divine, then it won't help. That's just kind of how it works, right? Yeah, the fairy's not going to show up. I mean, this is not a great analogy, but like, the fairy won't show up, or your wish won't come true, basically, if you kind of don't ever believe that the divine is real, or that the universe is, that spirit is real. Things like that. And now we have the coyote. Here he is. He's pretty cute, at least in this picture, right? And we have trust in divine detours, you see. Something here is meant to be, definitely. And there's some type of detour. And that detour has to do with this loss right here. It's kind of like when something doesn't work out and it is a blessing in disguise, right? When you're going through it, you're like, oh God, gee, blah, all this kind of stuff, right? It's always best to remain calm, because everybody has challenges in their life. But and then later on, you understand why you had to go through that challenge. It's kind of a divine blessing in disguise. Yes, it is. And Yeah, let's see what else we have, Capricorn. We have a divine blessing in disguise. Isn't that cool? I feel like it totally is. And we have the bell, and this is awakening. So somebody has awakened, they have, and we have the green man reversed. This is growth. So, you know, that's kind of a trip card. The green man, yeah, it's a completion, number 10. Yeah, this is really interesting right here. Something is not going to grow anymore in this reading. Something ends because we have loss, and that's what that card talks about. Let's see what we got, Capricorn, for you guys. And if you want to get a psychic reading, I'm always checking for accuracies, you guys, all the time with every client, right? Yeah, they're lots of fun. We do them on a video call. If you don't understand somebody, you don't know them, you just met them, always good to get insight on them. And even for your own insight, career, whatever it is, right? You know, yeah, and those are lots of fun. Like I said, I record those video calls, or you can simply have a recording of your own where we don't do a live call, right? Do them different ways. Tarot readings are done the same way. Mystic Sense has a free 5-minute psychic reading, and you can get a past life reading, which is reading your Akashic records of the past. It can really help you move forward in like a more powerful way in this life, because you're going to realize the karma that you are holding on to as you view, or as you see, and as you understand, and really go through a past life with me, and see your Akashic records. Yeah, very cool, for sure. 7 of Cups, Capricorn, everything is in the description box, right? 7 of Cups here. We have the 9 of Pentacles. The 9s are always about somebody's journey, like on their own, or, you know, they've reached like a milestone in their life. And this can be about self-sufficiency. It can be about maturity, because these pentacles here is practical, right? Somebody could have really matured here with the 9 of Pentacles. It can also be about self-sufficiency in terms of I'm single. Like somebody might, you know, could have ended something here. We have loss, and we have growth in the reverse, right? The 7 of Cups talks about, this reading's about making a choice and having options. With the 9 of Pentacles, this is making a choice to make my own life better. It could be to be single. You know, somebody could be very mature here. Even Capricorn, you're, you know, the 10th house relating to Saturn and your sign in astrology is about maturity. And, you know, this could be about that, right? Definitely. Yeah, and 9s are always fulfilling a chapter, like something ends, right? Yeah, and so now we have the 4 of Pentacles, the King of Cups, the Sun, and the Ace of Swords. So in the reading, we have a new beginning of sorts here. We do, and we have trust in divine detours. Something ends here, and something is rerouted, kind of, or something that is coming into play here. There was some type of divine ending that there was, that leads somebody back to their divine path, their north node, the north node of fate and destiny, right? Things like that. And that's where somebody is in this reading. This is all about divine timing. For sure it is. There's no doubt. So the 7 of Cups is making some type of a choice here. It is for a new beginning, because here we have the Ace of Swords. As I said, there's clarity. Somebody has clarity here, and that is why they're being fearless. You are this person, right, Capricorn? It may be the other person in this reading who wants a new beginning with you, because here's the 2 of Wands where he's holding the globe, and he's like, oh, you know, I'm gonna, you know, this is my new path in my new life, and where am I going to live, and with whom, and what am I going to do with my life, things like that. That is the 2 of Wands. Now, when we see the 7 of Cups here, it's because somebody was at a crossroads about their life, and they've been detoured off of that, right? Or like now they're choosing a new way with the detour, right? That's all that means. Detour is you're taking off your tour, right? Your path, right? And I'm sure it's probably French, detour, right? You're taken away from that path, kind of derailed, but it is about a divine new beginning, right? Yeah. And so let's get a card here, and we have the Nine of Pentacles. So here's this choice that's made, and it's because somebody feels aligned with the other person. Eight of Pentacles. He loves his job. This is about aligning with somebody. Yeah, it definitely is, for sure. This is about, I really want this new beginning, because I trust the divine. I know that we are aligned. We're soulmates. There's this energy in the reading for sure. So let's get a card on the Nine of Pentacles, and let's see what that's about. Seven of Pentacles now. Yeah, this is about somebody who's kind of changed their values. These are all pentacles right here. And here's another, look at all these pentacles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is about somebody who has changed their values. Like they're looking at life in a different way. And, you know, really interesting with that, because in your astrology chart, we have the vertex, which is about encountering something that is usually fated. So in everybody's life, everybody comes into an awakening in their life about whether or not they're, you know, kind of living their best life, or what they've done so far. Is it really helping them? And, you know, are they on the right path and stuff like that? Some people realize when they're very old, yeah, when they have their life review, or, you know, or even sometimes, you know, you're supposed to have that like Saturn return in your everybody has this in their late 50s, where you're looking at your life so far and you go, you know, did I create the life I wanted, or do I feel regret? Yeah, because Saturn can talk about regrets. It also talks about achievement, but depends if we were prepared, if we, you know, kind of paid attention to what we were doing, if we matured along the way, and all that kind of stuff, right? So all these pentacles are really kind of Capricorn, Saturnian energies, where somebody's looking at Seven of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. This is like, it can be, well, you know, I've broken away from somebody possibly, or I have new values, definitely. And I wonder with these new values, if I'm going to really kind of manifest my divine life, my divine path, because we have trust in divine detours. Yeah. And so, yeah. And so that's what's going on in this reading. That sits in the challenge. So that's a big deal here. This is what somebody's really, this is influencing you or this person in this major way. And it is about their path. And I wonder kind of, I hope I'm going the right way. And the Eight of Pentacles is that this could be like, this person could be hoping, said Capricorn, sorry, if you are aligned with this, if you want it, but basically, because there was a choice made, and it was a very kind of overwhelming choice with this Seven of Cups and the Two of Wands, right? And so the Two of Wands is external. This person probably made the choice. Judgment, this can be about rebirth. It's also about an awakening. And we have that card, the Bell. Do we have it right here? Here's a little nymph, or, you know, whoever he is, you know, or maybe he's a leprechaun. I'm not sure, but his toes are curled here. Very cute. And it is about an awakening. The bell is on his head. You know, it's this flower shaped like a bell. He awakens. And that's what judgment is about. This is about rebirth and awakening. It's about understanding, you know, really what life is about, or, you know, about where you're going. It definitely is about rebirth in that way, and awakening. It can sometimes be about forgiveness and a second chance. Here's the angel, you know, waking the people up, giving them a second chance at life. This person might feel, Capricorn, or somebody may feel here that they have a second chance at love, or a second chance to really make their life better. And remember, I was talking about the Saturn return, which is really kind of about that, right? It's about what you've done in your life so far, and it can be about regrets, and it can be about being happy, right, with your decisions thus far. This is kind of a revisiting, like, hey, with this awakening about somebody's life here, right? And the Eight of Wands is how somebody sees themselves. It's about going through changes. With the Three of Cups, it's about reconciling. It could be, it doesn't have to be. Next to judgment, it definitely could be. But it is about joy. It's about, you know, I want joy in my life, and I want change. This is about growth and movement next to rebirth. Definitely, there's growth here. The interesting thing is we had growth in the reverse. This can talk about, next to awakening, it can talk about, well, I really had to wake up in this life, to, you know, that this is a divine life, and that, you know, I need to trust in kind of in the divine, because we have that you are never alone. And that's what that means, trust in the divine. And without, this awakening, somebody, until they awakened, they did not grow. That's why we have growth reversed. It could be somebody saw that they were in a life here, 9 of Pentacles over here, that they had some type of a life that where they were not growing, or they made these choices that kept them stagnant, possibly, or they were in a relationship that had them stagnant, and this leaving this relationship possibly because we have loss with this 5 of Swords over here. We have a detour here too, and so, it could be like, well, it took loss for me to really understand what's going on, what my life is really about. And that's true for many, many people, right? Yeah, that's why, when things are so easy for us as we go through life, and we don't experience loss, loss can really mature you, right? Can really turn you around and go, whoa. Yeah, so sometimes when our life is so easy, it doesn't really serve us. Yeah, so be thankful for, the hard chapters in your lives, right? Yeah, in your life. I mean, I wouldn't give back any hard ones, right? I just don't want any more to come, all right, you guys? And here we have the 5 of Pentacles. This is in the past. Somebody felt like in lack in the past, or out in the cold maybe, or their life was not growing. This 5 of Pentacles is definitely about not growing. And somebody could have got like physically left out here with the Death card. This can talk about, I'm transforming my life from lack. And these people here who are outside the church who are broke, right? They don't have good health either. This can talk about too, like with this Death card and awakening. This can talk about like an awakening, like, whoa, this is how my life is right now. It's really lacking. There's no growth in it at all, with growth reversed. And I feel like somebody saw that in this reading about their life. Somebody really took a good look at their life. They could have took a look at their relationship, maybe with you even, Capricorn, but this is definitely about an awakening that really improves somebody's life here, after they probably, bit the dust, or, had a really hard time, I'm pretty sure. The 4 of Pentacles is the concern. This is holding on. This can be like stability too. Now that I am trusting in the divine and I've awakened and stuff, I want more of a stable life. Yeah, and let's see what else we have with it though. We have the 6 of Swords. And this could be the concern. I want to hold on to Capricorn and and transition, especially next to the Death card. So something's probably left out here, and if it is not a physical thing, it is somebody's perspective and their take on life, because there's a major maturity here when we have the 9 of Pentacles showing up here in the influential energy. There is a maturity in this reading, and this makes somebody very self-sufficient and they trust in themselves, basically. Where, hey, I can take a chance, I can be fearless. This other thing that happened to me was to kind of make me grow. Things like that, remember? It's almost like that expression, all is well, everything that is happening to me is for my highest good, and everything that comes of this, something like that. Everything that comes from this is only good will come from this. I am safe. It's kind of one of these. It's kind of like that, right? Yeah, trusting and understanding that, loss brings growth. It does, right? Yeah, King of Cups in the environment underneath the 8 of Pentacles with the Page of Cups. So this person could be coming to speak to you, but in the environment is a new start. It's also understanding. Somebody's trusting their path, and they are with the Page of Cups, trusting their path and trusting their their intuition, right? We have awakening for sure. That's what awakening's about, trusting your intuition. Trusting that little voice, right? The one that says, you got this, you can do this. You kind of suffered for a reason, or you went through these hard chapters for a reason. Learn from them and move on, right? And that's what somebody knows here. The Sun card, maybe you gave somebody a hard time here, Capricorn. You could have, right? And you gave them a really hard time and they learned from that. That's a possibility. And the Sun card showing up, and this is in the hopes, but this is what somebody's learned. So this is clarity. That's what awakenings bring. They bring clarity. They never bring confusion. They bring clarity. In fact, they take you out of confusion. Five of Wands. This can be like, I got my clarity through challenges, like I've been saying. And this can be kind of, now that I have clarity about myself and my life. And the Sun really represents a sense of yourself. Yeah, the Sun. A sense of yourself, for sure. Yeah, a sense of your own ego and who you are. Right? Yeah. And your ascension, your rising sign is kind of how you are evolving and how you are ascending in your life, right? The Sun and the rising sign, there's like the two personalities that you have. We can say the Sun is your outer personality, like your career or how you kind of show up in social, out in the world, right? Outwardly. And your rising sign a little bit more inwardly, right? And then we have your moon, that's about your feelings and, what feels safe to you and things like that. But there's definitely, here's judgment, there's an awakening here, it brings clarity. Yeah, and somebody wants to be happy in this reading. Yeah, after they, probably got bit by a couple dogs here and, I don't know, fell down the stairs a few times and, got knocked in the face. No, I'm just kidding, you guys, right? Probably not that severe, right? But somebody really does wake up and it's completely in their self-interest. And honestly, Capricorn, in your self-interest, because this King of Cups, this is the King of Pentacles over here, talks about somebody who wants to share what they have. And so there's like this compassion also in this reading, and somebody who wants to build with you. And so here in the potential outcome, we have the Ace of Swords showing up. Let's get a card on the Ace of Swords in the potential outcome. It's a major clarity next to the Sun, and this is about a brand new beginning, for sure it is. And we have the Magician with it. Yeah, this is, wow, this is like, I'm the magician of my life. I am the master of my own life with the Magician. I can manifest everything, trusting my intuition, trusting my heart, and with this maturity, right? Yeah, people trust themselves once they become mature. They do, right? And they doubt themselves when they are not. So this is a really beautiful reading, Capricorn, where somebody really wants the best for you and them. Yeah, together. Yeah, for sure they do. Thanks so much for watching. If you guys want to get a reading with me, check out the description box. And also, remember, I'm going to pin the astrology for all the 12 signs, the horoscopes, at the top of the comments. Thanks so much, you guys. Please like, share, and subscribe, and hit the little bell in order to receive all my notifications.